What are the key differences between developing leaders in mature and emerging markets?
I think the differences between developing leaders in mature and emerging markets is around focus. For me, developing leaders in emerging markets requires a focus around creating capability and confidence. Leaders have got to inspire their people and the organisation that we can succeed in this marketplace. And I think confidence is a significant ingredient. In terms of maturing markets, it's about creativity, it's about innovation, it's about tenacity, holding on and eking out the last possible opportunities within that mature marketplace. So it's around focus. Leadership skills remain leadership skills and leadership capabilities. It's just about where do they spend their effort and where do they apply their focus.
What's interesting as a trainer and a coach, though, is I find that if you're training and coaching in the developing markets, there's a real hunger and thirst for the knowledge. It's not, we haven't got to establish credibility and compete. They accept and they look for new insights. They're really hungry for it. Whereas in the developed markets, there is always this first session of why should I listen to you? You know, what have you got to say? Because we treat leadership as a competition. Whereas in the developing markets, it's much more collaborative.
Yeah, just building on what Malcolm's just said, I think there's a real challenge for corporate headquarters of these global organisations to actually move on from the mindset of saying we've got to send people the other side of the world to run these businesses because they don't know how to run them themselves, and actually invest in the identification and the development of talent to grow their own talent in these local marketplaces.
And I think that's a super example where you can't have one size fits all. So you've got global organisations, have global leadership academies, and expect somebody to come from Taiwan, somebody from Denmark and somebody from the UK. You know, they've got a different set of challenges. They're in different marketplaces and different environments, and one size doesn't fit all.
This is why the programmes have to be designed to have an element of commonality, that, as you say, leadership is leadership, so there's a commonality theme through it, but also there has to be elements of uniqueness which take into account what the client issues are and what the individual's issues are. It's a marriage of those two things that actually give you a bespoke, tailored solution. And I do think the age of the plug-and-play leadership training is coming to an end. I just think it's becoming unsustainable as the market becomes global.
And every organisation, of course, has different challenges, and that's why we like to go in, listen to the client, understand what the issues are, and design together solutions to deal with this opportunity.
Yeah, and I think the final comment I would make is I think if we're going to develop leadership, whether it be in developing or developed markets, we're doing it for a reason, and that reason should be to deliver value. It should be value for the client and value for the individual. That's the important thing for me.